Can't wait for you to hear the theme this week.
There's a theme?
You bet there is.
Dope.
Well, we've never been in your shoes, but we're playing the game of life. We'll chase away all your blues with fun and a dose of your strife. Never have I ever, never have I ever, starts now.
Welcome, Cast Ahoy mateys, to this week's episode of Never Have I Ever.
Welcome, castaways. Welcome, Mr. Tom Hanks, but most importantly, welcome, Wilson.
Alrighty.
The real protagonist of that film.
This week, we're going to cast our line out deep into the ocean and see what kind of fish we can hook up this New Year's Eve.
Ayo.
Get it? Because New Year's Eve is this week.
Yeah, it's Friday? Thursday?
Yes, it's definitely this week.
It's definitely sometime. We're going to a classy party where we're going to be dressing up classy. I mean, I'm going. I assumed you were going too.
I don't know. Work likes to give me really shitty times.
Well, we'll see what happens. Either way,
I'm hoping because I know I work in the morning on New Year's Eve that they won't put me in the morning New Year's Day.
I'm already planning my outfit. It's going to include, obviously, a burqa made completely out of tits. Yep. You hit, nail on the head. I really can't think of a classier outfit than that. Just a tit burqa.
I can think of a few.
Like my actual other idea, which is me wearing a vest and, a tie with a Windsor knot and a dimple in it.
We should go to that thrift store.
What thrift store? There are a lot of them.
The AmVet.
Sure. For what?
I don't know, look for some extra classy stuff that we don't mind spilling booze and blood and semen all over. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I have different expectations of classy parties.
Yeah, you really do.
I've seen The Great Gatsby.
I don't go to the AmVet.
One of us is going to have lots of sex and then hit somebody with our car.
I don't think of going to the AmVets and finding classy clothes.
No, you find other people's ex-classy clothes. It's going to be perfect.
But none of them fucking fit me.
Anyways, for those of you who are joining us...
Very specific body type.
I know I do.
Slim European.
Probably Colombian. Doing a lot of cocaine. That's mine. Imagine Homer Simpson crossed with... pretty much does it. Anyway, so this is an advice podcast where every week we step into the octagon to answer your questions to help you guys in our life coaching adventure, as Tom has mixed two different whiskeys together in an attempt to have...
Came out really well. I had Bird Dog chocolate flavored whiskey, and I don't know the company that makes it, but it is bacon flavored whiskey. So I put the two, I had just a little left of the chocolate, so I was like, I want to use this up, but I also want to go for the bacon. So now it's essentially become like chocolate covered bacon flavored whiskey.
But you're trying to take credit for it as if you're like, this is a good idea.
It is. I have no regrets.
Yeah, it was an accident.
A happy accident.
Which
isn't what I was.
Neither was I. Never have we ever.
Been a happy accident, but I have been an accident.
All right. So every week we take your questions from around the interwebs and try to make your lives a little bit easier by setting adrift in the sea of happiness. So you can send your questions if you'd like to neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. Check us out on neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com, on Twitter at NHIE Show, or on the Facebook or the YouTube. Since New Year's Eve is this weekend, Tom, do you think it's time to answer some questions about hooking up?
Yeah, sure. New year, new you. New hookup buddy.
And a surprise for the end of the show.
Okay. Is it a new hookup buddy for me?
Yep.
Come on down, Lola.
My friend and I hung out the other day for the first time since she broke up with her boyfriend. A buddy
snap.
Of mine.
I know where this is going.
The three of us were really close for a few years.
Yeah.
But I kind of drifted from them.
You're about to be Eskimo brothers.
He and I fell out of touch. He moved after they broke up and didn't even mention it to anybody. Her and I always meshed pretty well, though. So after she said how much better off she was, sex became the dominant topic of discussion between us.
Sure.
After I mentioned my failed fling, she told me that I needed to find a casual hookup. She mentioned not having it for a while and beginning to feel the urge again. Then somehow secrets became intertwined into this tightrope of conversation. My decision was made when she left. She said that we should get some drinks sometime, and that way she'd be more available after the holidays. Since then, we've been texting each other off and on. So am I reading into this right? Is it wrong of me to go down this road? My buddy and I being once good friends, but not so much anymore. I don't really know. Any insight on this situation would be greatly appreciated.
So
He wants to know if he can ride the pony snake down to Tuna Town.
yeah, all right. All right, I guess I'm trying to figure out, do I be serious first or do I be funny first? I'm going to be serious first. He's concerned about messing up with his bro. You know what I mean? Which I can understand that. Like, do you fuck your bro's ex after they're no longer dating?
Are you seriously asking me? Because I have a whole boatload on this.
Well, all right. My general feelings on that is I have to take into consideration a few things. How close am I still with my bro? And how did things end between my bro and his ex? Here's an example. Let's say, all right, I'm still really good friends with my friend, and things didn't end, or things ended very amicably with the ex-girlfriend, like they're still sort of friends. Maybe, but I would ask permission of my friend first. Like, hey, is it okay? Blah, blah, blah. You know, it depends on how serious their relationship was. Like, if it was a 2-week fling, then whatever, he's probably not going to care. But if it was like a 2-year thing, it's going to be way different. Scenario B, she and he are no longer together. I've sort of drifted away from the guy. Like, we don't really talk. We talk like maybe once a year. The reason that their relationship ended was because like he cheated on her or something. Like, yeah, we'll say like he cheated on her, because if she cheated on him, then it's kind of like another stab in the back to your bro. But like if he cheated on her, then it's kind of like game on. Like, he's the one that fucked up, and I don't even talk to him that much anymore. So I feel like I don't even need his permission, so I'm just going to go for it. It's very situational, but I always kind of think about how did it end and what is my relationship to my friend now?
I say it's completely tough because, as you said, it's kind of got to be individualized based on every individual situation. Based on this guy, I say do it, man.
Oh, yeah. This guy? Fucking go for it. You are in. You are in.
There are 2 key points from the other guy that make this 100% green light.
Right.
Number 1, they had a falling out a few years ago.
Yep.
Or they've drifted apart for whatever reason.
Exactly. So,
number 2,
to my one point.
Number 2, he left the city and didn't tell anyone.
Right.
So how good of a friend is he if he just bolts out of town and doesn't even tell you?
Yeah.
So if he didn't even have the guts to be like, oh man, I'm moving to a different city, you know, if you want to keep in touch, you know, check me out on Facebook, then he really doesn't care what you're up to. Mm-hmm. So at that point, it's like tabula rasa for you with this girl. Just go ahead and do it. Especially if it's just going to be something casual, but watch out that you don't take that too far on the other side and then have, you know, some weird over-attachment feeling to it, and then trying to force a relationship out of a girl who just got out of a relationship and isn't probably ready to do that.
She might be. I mean, I know people who, like, you know, have jumped right from one relationship to an next right after they broke up with someone.
I mean, I've been in that situation before where a friend's ex has approached me for situations like that, and it was just so awkward that I kind of had to just be like, no thanks.
Gotcha.
In fact, like multiple years of no thanks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Because that's bro code.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's bro code, but it's also, you gotta put in perspective.
I'm still really good friends with my friend. So that's why it's like,
exactly.
I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah.
Even if I was interested in, it would be fine with that other person. Mm-hmm. Don't even bother.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, go for it. But is he reading too much into this? I don't think so. No, she's put out clear signals.
I was about to say, she cannot paint it any more obvious.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe we could get a few more drinks after the holidays and we could think about it. No girl that has brought up sex with you has brought up her own personal drought and then says, I don't know. Maybe after a few more drinks, who knows? Isn't at least giving you a sign to maybe take it somewhere else? It's not consent. That's not consent.
No, it's not consent, but it's very strong signals.
It's on the table.
Like I've had very intimate conversations with friends who are females about sexual stuff, just like what they like to do, experiences they've had, experiences that I've had, but it was never followed up with let's get drinks later, or like, I'd be into this or whatever. So it's like you hit one of it, but you didn't hit the home run. You can hit this guy's just hitting it all. He's knocked it out of the park. Like it's 100% on. Go for it.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Good luck, young son. Get that dick wet. Seize the cheese. Whatever.
Get it right. Get it tight.
Is that our catchphrase?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a weird, tough little situation to kind of dodge that narrow, but she's made it completely obvious.
Yeah, it's fine. Go for it, bud. Next question. Question master. Bring it on.
I heard my roommates having sex this morning.
Yeah, it happens.
And I feel like bleaching my ear holes. They didn't do anything abnormal, but I was able to see that this was just not a normal reaction. Obviously, I knew this moment would happen someday because both of my roommates are dating each other.
What?
She's living like with a couple, and she happened to hear the couple banging it out.
Got it. Okay, sure.
But what confused me is how uncomfortable it made me feel. I felt so utterly awkward that I couldn't even leave my room. I stayed inside it all day and skipped meals so I wouldn't have to look them in the eyes or talk to them. I actually watch porn a lot, so I'm quite sex positive. If I heard any random strangers doing it, I wouldn't even care, and I'd probably forget it in about 5 minutes. But I live with these people. Is it possible for me to separate them in bed from them in the kitchen?
So, here's a good would you rather. Would you rather hear strangers having sex, or would you rather hear your friends having sex?
I hear strangers have sex every day.
Where?
On my computer.
Oh. See, I've been in this situation before.
I've been in the situation of this person.
Yeah, me too.
I felt it, Tom.
I'm not apologizing.
I'm not asking for an apology.
I've lived with a couple before, and I've heard them have sex before, so finger down for me. But is it awkward? It's a little bit, but it's also natural, so it's like you can't get mad. Like, whenever I heard them doing it, I would just, like, turn on the TV, turn it up loud, or I would put headphones on, listen to music.
Their audio and just be like, I can be loud too. Watch me watch Jessica Jones. I can Jessica Jones the fuck out of your fuck session.
But yeah, like I put something on. The weird thing would be like I would feel the futon that I'm on like shake too. I'm like, man, really
That's how I felt that one time.
Really
Tom.
going to town. So can you just gotta like separate? Yeah, it's really like your problem. Like they're not doing anything wrong. Obviously, they're not gonna stop fucking. Get used to it. My thing is, I think I would rather hear my friends doing it than strangers, and here's why. I've lived in...
You've lived with strangers.
Actually, yeah, I have. But there was... When I was living in my old apartment, there was this guy who lived above me, and I don't know if he was gay or straight or what, but like, I'd be laying in bed, and
he
then...
would lay there with you?
No, and then I would hear sex noises from above me, from the apartment above me, but it was like loud thrusting and only male moans, just like
Maybe he had a sex toy.
It was like the loudest orgasm ever that I've ever heard from a guy.
Maybe
like
he was a
porn or in real life.
proctologist. Maybe he was a proctologist.
It was just so awkward and weird. I mean, on the one hand, good that I never had to like see him face to face, but I'm just like, at least, I don't know, at least with a couple, like living with a couple, you like, I don't know. It's
Well,
just,
you
it's
can
different.
start to tune it in like one of your favorite songs. You're like, that's right, friend.
No,
Give it
but
to
at
other
least I
friend.
don't-
Make other friend orgasm. That's right. Those are my friends.
I don't know. It's just
Now, would you
I've had
rather,
more positive experiences hearing friends bang than I've heard hearing strangers bang in real life.
I just keep remembering that episode of Peep Show from this past season where he put surveillance cameras in his apartment, and then he caught his roommate having gay sex on his bed on the security camera.
Right.
And he just had to play it off like he didn't just see that. He's just like, no, I didn't see that weird.
That's the thing. You don't have to play it off like nothing happened. You just don't bring anything up.
Yeah, but is it like Scrubs where like you just wait for it to finish, they hit a gong and you high five?
Yes. What was the question?
It's like she feels weird by it. Is that a normal reaction?
It is, but it's also something you just have to move past. Like, get over it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna continue to happen. Find some way to tune it out. Like, they're not doing anything wrong, so don't shame them. Don't like not look them in the eye and make it. That's just gonna make it worse and seem weird.
Treat them like a dog and rub their nose in their
just treat
sex
it like
fluids.
nothing happened, or just treat it like, yeah, I know what happened, but who the fuck cares?
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Nice. Next question.
I'm often right.
Okay. Sorry to burp. I think this counts as a relationship. But you can judge that for yourself.
How about this? Did she say your boyfriend and girlfriend?
Don't go there.
Yes. Moving on.
I'm a 17-year-old male, and there's this party that I'm going to tonight.
Okay.
I've went to a lot of parties in high school. Yeah, sure you did, bud.
Ooh.
But never hooked up with
Baller.
anyone, as I have avoided that. Up until now,
Oh, you're so righteous.
Up until now, I had thought that hooking up was bad because I value having a relationship with a girl so much more. And I see hooking up as a momentary pleasure that leaves people unsatisfied. Fucking wrong. Coming into another human being is amazing.
Oh my! I mean, wear a condom.
Or don't. It's
No,
2015.
don't come inside if you're not wearing a condom.
It's 2015. If it's consensual, go ahead.
When you're 17, though? Fucking when you're 25, though?
When you're 35, though, when she's 60, what?
Well, I mean, then she's hit menopause, so fucking
There's no Tinder
come
for...
inside all
There's
you
no
want.
Tinder for milfs.
Paint the walls white.
Wow. The inside of... never mind. Not even
The
gonna
inside
go.
of that
No,
gilf.
no. Oh, you went
Yeah,
there.
I did.
I was curious what your guys' thought was on the matter of hooking up. I definitely want to hear both sides because this girl I really like is going to be there and we keep kind of being super flirty. Now, I know hooking up is going to be something of like a short momentary release, but is that worth something looking for? Is that something worth looking for at this age?
I never hooked up when I was 17.
Neither did I.
So, yes, it is something to look for. All right.
You know what? You're 17, man. Get whatever you can get. If it moves and it says yes, fuck it. As long as it's also 17
So
or older.
He does bring up an an interesting point of, is hooking up not necessarily wrong, but is
It's perfectly healthy.
it's perfectly fine as long as it's consensual. Like, it's totally fine. I guess I like his argument about it's not long-term satisfaction.
That's such white knight bullshit, though.
No, but
He's like, I don't want to hook up because that's not serious enough for me. I'm a serious man.
But I get what he means, though. Like, how do I put it? You get so much utility from, I guess I'm thinking about it in terms of economics. So he gets so much, he gets X amount of utility from hooking up with someone. However, he gets more utility when he does from having consistent consensual sex with someone he's in a relationship with. Like, he gets a lot more out of it. So in his mind, why not go for the thing that gives you more max utility? the max amount of utils?
Utils being the unit of measurement.
These are actual economic words.
Sure they are, kid. I
have an MBA.
I know that I go on my bank account and I watch that number get smaller and smaller. That's all I know about the economy.
So I understand in that, like, he's trying to maximize the amount of utility he's going to get from fucking a girl.
But here's the thing, like,
that's the most mathematical economic way I could ever put that.
The kid is 17. He is not doing that kind of math.
No.
But in my mind, what I'm getting out of this, I think, is he's 17. So in his mind, he's like, no, if I'm going to have sex, it's going to be in a relationship and we're going to love each other. And then 3 years from now, we're going to get married. And then 3 years after that, we're going to have kids. And he's like, he's thinking in such grandiose terms that, like, he's forgetting that he's 17. And whoever he's banging / in love with now could be completely different a year from now when he's in college. So that, like, he shouldn't aim too big and just kind of get all the experience that he can.
I'm wondering if he's still a virgin.
I think he is too. Because he said he hasn't hooked up at a party.
I'm thinking he's either a virgin, so wants it to be meaningful when he loses it, which it should be to an extent, I think. But I also wonder if he's not a virgin. He did hook up with someone, lost it, and then, like, thought it was going to be serious, but then it wasn't, or like something bad happened where, like, she broke up with him, broke his heart or whatever, and now because of that he's so...
You think he's emotionally burned?
He's emotionally burned from the sex part of it. Like, he
it's
needs
either love or nothing at all.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take you into my bedroom and I'm gonna love you so hard.
Like, this girl broke his heart and now he wants to make sure... Like, he's super cautious, and he wants to make sure that whoever he gives it to next is going to be worth it.
That's why, like, I'm harping back to the fact that I think it's part of, like, the white knight bullshit of, like, I don't know. I see his argument as like, yeah, I just haven't been into the whole hookup thing. It's like he probably hasn't even tried.
The reason why I'm not into the white knight thing that you keep bringing up is that he's not doing it for her. Like, if he were not hooking up with her for her own sake, out of some sort of misguided way to save her from being a slut or a whore or whatever he might perceive her as, then I would think that, yeah, he's being sort of this white knight douchebag. But because it seems to be more for himself, I don't see it as that white knight trying to rescue the lady. It's almost like he's just trying to keep himself, his own morals pure, his own integrity pure.
Well, I do agree with you there. I don't take that thought. In my mind, I'm seeing it as just kind of like, I don't know, he's just coming across as, yeah, haven't been into it because I'm just a little bit better than that. And it's almost like he's looking for a validation that he hasn't been the kind of guy who's just going to every party looking to hook up. So it's just like, yeah, I haven't been that type of guy. That should definitely earn me one, right? If that's the thing that I should be doing? It's like the kid who goes to house parties for like a year and then like every time somebody offers him a beer, he's just like, yeah, I don't want a beer. I'm only 17. And like one day he's just like, yeah, I'll drink a beer and be a cool kid because that's what the cool kids do. He's like, yeah, I'll put my dick inside of something because that's what the cool kids do. And he's like, yeah, you know what? It was overdue. Yeah, I earn my beers. I don't just put my dick in anything.
Okay, I see where you're going, where you're coming at from this. I guess, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I was this guy a little bit. Because I think back in high school I was a little bit more. I oscillate between wanting to be in a relationship and just kind of wanting to do me, depending on the year and what's going on in my life. Like in high school, I wanted the relationship thing. Then in college, I did the relationship thing. And then after that, I was kind of not really into the idea of relationships too much, just because it was like I was going to grad school, so I was super busy, and then I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna be.
You did also live in a very sketchy neighborhood, so I wouldn't want to bring a girl home and just be like, I'll walk you out to the door and the car and all the way back to your place
and through the gate, through the security gate. But like during that year of grad school, I was like, well, I don't know where I'm going to be after I graduate. So why get into something serious if it's just going to end because I have to move and there's no fucking way I'm doing long distance. So I'm just not going to look for anything, but I'm still open to the idea of like hooking up. So
I feel like you weren't against the idea of love, but you're like, I'm not going to go out of my way to find it.
yeah, I would say that's kind of accurate.
Like you would totally take that coffee shop moment if you had it.
right.
Where like you're behind the cute girl in line and something messes up and you get her coffee and you laugh about it and then you make a dinner date and it becomes a thing.
Right.
You would totally be down for
Oh,
that.
100%.
But you're not sitting there on Tinder being like, yeah, looking for an LDR or an LTR.
Oh, long-term relationship.
Just being like, yeah, you know, want a dick for the or want a pussy for the rest of my life, man. Because yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess my overall point of that story was like, I might have been a little bit of this guy back in high school, but now things have sort of changed. So this guy, even though he might be like this now, your viewpoint is probably going to change within the next few years. Actually, it's 100% going to change within the next few years. I will almost guarantee that.
In fact, if it is the same in 2 years, email our show and let us know.
Yeah, if we're still around. If we're not
What do
dead.
you mean if we're still around?
I mean, I might be dead. We don't know.
God willing.
Wow. That's the meanest thing you've ever said on this show.
Dude, I'm in character. It's called kayfabe, man. I'm going to pick you up and hit you with a chair. How'd that feel?
Fuck. Oh, God. My
Yeah, that's right.
asshole. You put the chair right in my asshole.
Do you want to know what there should be? A side-by-side comparison of wrestlers doing that thing where they're breathing heavy after getting hit by something, superimposed with gay porn gifs. And then just make people who don't watch wrestling or gay porn try to pick which one's which.
Lol.
That's my next multi-million-dollar idea.
So anyway, did we help this guy?
Yeah, sure. Tell them to look at gay porn gifs.
Sure, yeah. Or hook up. Hook up with this girl. See what happens.
Stop
it's
putting
fine.
so much pressure on either side of this. Like, don't expect any kind of like support from not actively doing anything.
Yeah, just hook up.
Yeah, just like go out there, feel it out, find a nice girl, and let her lead.
If there's anything I've learned, just have fun.
Exactly, just have fun.
Whether it's looking for the relationship or just looking for the one night stand, just have fun with it.
And guess what? 8 out of 10 times you're probably not going to get laid, and that's being a very liberal way of saying that you're going to get laid.
Even have fun with not getting laid. Like say,
Yeah.
just have fun with not.
How about you have fun being an adult?
Exactly. Just have
'Cause you're
fun
17.
and let things happen.
Drink your
If it
beers
turns
as
a
an
relationship-
underage adult and not throw them up on your parents' carpet.
If it turns into a relationship, cool. If it doesn't, whatever.
Wait for college. Girls are going to be way more into hooking up then.
True. I assume. I don't know.
I hooked up with way more girls in college than I have since college. That is a true Tim fact.
I don't know if that is a fact for me. It might be split even. And then,
I'm kind of worried about our third roommate
anyway.
based on the text that he sent back.
Anyway.
All right, yeah, I'm looking for the next question for you. Because I go out of order because I try to pick the ones I'm going to enjoy.
Oh.
So we're going to do one more question really quick.
Okay.
And then we're going to go right to my super special surprise.
Yay.
Which we're going to do a little different than the way it should be done. But since it's you and me, we should be able to make it fine.
Okay.
So this should be a quick one. I only use OkCupid because Plenty of Fish seemed like a waste of time a long time ago when I used it. And I've only gotten hookups out of Tinder. I'm probably the only guy in the world complaining about this. Anyways, I've had relationships that came out of OkCupid, but it's been about 2 months now in a brand new town, and I can't seem to get any luck. In the last city I was in, I was on OkCupid on and off, and they were for about 2 years. So it was natural that things were getting stale. But here, where I'm brand new, I just feel like I'm doing something wrong here. I absolutely hate Facebook. I don't have one, but I'm just wondering if maybe I should get one so I can remake Tinder and give it another chance. I'm usually working full-time, and when I'm not doing that, I'm working on my novels. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't really like the bar scene. I'm just trying to meet somebody online. Is there a way I can make this easier?
Drink alcohol.
Go to the bar scene. Find a MILF at Frizzy's. I had two
This
very
is-
nice mothers at Wegmans today. Like because I had bought beer, which
Yeah.
I'm drinking during the podcast,
Yeah.
and as I typically do.
Uh-huh.
And I had it in my cart, and this woman was like shopping with her daughter, who's like 15 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter was like super embarrassed being in the grocery store with her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and like
And then there's like a
her
mom,
her mom
and
almost
daughter
her
porn.
mom almost hit me with a shopping cart.
Okay.
So I turn around, I'm like, whoa, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I look at her shopping cart, and she's got like fucking tortilla chips and salsa, and in my cart I have beer and a candle. She looks at my cart and she goes, oh, we need beer. And I look at them and I go, you both need beer? And she laughs and looks at our daughter and goes, oh, I need beer to put up with her.
Wow. Mean.
Oh, that's the kind of sass I like from my ladies.
I don't. That's just kind of mean, I think.
Anyways, back to this guy's question.
So, this is a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. Because if it were a girl, any free one would be all
I don't
over
know
her.
any girl who's used Tinder and not got matches, or used OkCupid and not got real matches.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Because I feel like a girl on OkCupid or Tinder is like walking into a flea market of just dicks. Here's a dick. $5 for a dick. Want to flip a dick? Dick.
So what does he do since he's not in the bar
He's not in the bar scene. He likes to write novels and he works full time.
All right.
He's got to hire a photographer, man. Get some professional looking headshots.
I'm thinking be into coffee. Like if you can't go out to the bar scene,
Pick her up the morning after when she's still too drunk to realize you're a bad decision.
go get coffee. Make like coffee your date thing. Pick like a nice coffee joint, something like the Friends, Central Park, something like that, where you can just meet, hang out, have a conversation. But then, before you get to that point, though, you need to figure out how do you reel them in to get to there. Let's see.
If it's Tinder, you can't be too complicated. One or two sentences, probably witty, probably a joke, nothing
just be
rapey.
funny. Yeah, I mean, you got to be funny on both, I think. But yeah, there's more pressure on Tinder to be funny.
Because Tinder is so instantaneous. You swipe left and that person's out of your life.
Yeah.
On
Forever.
OkCupid, they still show up every fucking time if you don't match them.
You can hide them from
Sure,
your,
but I don't have
from
that
your
kind of
match
time.
list. You do. You just like as you're scrolling through, like, oh, I don't like her.
Not interested.
Hide. Sometimes I'll hide. I'll like look at someone like, ooh, I think they're attractive.
Out of my league.
Go to their profile. I'm like, I'm not into this. As soon as I exit out, I hide it just so I don't make that mistake again. Yeah, maybe like if you do things like you need new pictures.
Yeah, that's why I said professional headshots.
Yeah, but not that's like you're being an actor or something. Like I think you need to, if you have friends, go out with your friends, obviously, get some dope pictures from there. Like
Of you
either
DDing.
of you maybe like you're dressed really nice and you have like a really nice picture of you dressed nice with your friends. That's a good way to attract someone. Or maybe you're doing something physical. It doesn't sound like you're the physical guy, but maybe you're doing something physical like a Tough Mudder and you're like climbing some monkey bars and they took a professional picture of that. Put that on your profile
Did
pic.
you get laid from that photo?
Not yet.
Jesus, that photo is like 2 years old.
Yeah, I've got new ones from this past Tough
new
Mudder.
photos of you tough mudding through monkey bars and not getting laid.
Yeah,
How to monkey bar and not get laid?
the Tom Graber story.
Maybe you should do that thing where you had to carry the giant tree on your shoulder.
Actually, we have pictures of that.
Really?
I think, yeah, my parents took some.
Nifty.
Yeah.
So be witty, be smart. You're a novelist. Come on, write some cool stuff.
Yeah. Write some cool stuff. Get some new pictures.
I'd say find a picture that you would use as like your artist photo or an author photo for your book and use that as like your headshot.
Could it be that he just moved to a really shitty city? Or maybe not a shitty city, but like a city that he just doesn't gel well with. Like, he's from...
Portland?
He's from like Portland and he just moved to Houston.
Omaha?
Yeah, Omaha. I was going to say like Texas, but
Austin, Texas is still pretty hip.
not Austin, but like racist Texas.
Oh, Dallas.
Exactly.
Dallas.
Like he just moved from Portland, super hipstery, to Dallas. Or he just moved from Dallas to Portland.
Why don't women like my racist point of views? They're just property after all. Why don't you get in my
So I'm
truck
wondering, like,
and we'll go
maybe
vote
just-
for Trump?
Also, here's another thing. When you're viewing people on OkCupid, ignore the percent match that they give you. Like,
Did you watch that video with me?
No.
There was a BuzzFeed video where Zach from the Try Guys went on an OkCupid date with mathematically his biggest enemy on OkCupid.
Did they make out?
No,
Oh,
no,
all right.
but she did agree to go on a date with him for science.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, my thought is like, view the profile, make your own judgment. Don't make it based on the percentage. Star the person, they'll view you back. Maybe they'll star you back. Then you're a match. Then you can message them again, or you can just message them and be like, "Oh, we only had 49% match. I don't know how well this will go, but fuck it. Let's just put the feeler out there." I messaged so many people when I was in New York City on OkCupid.
Yeah, but you had like 7 million people to match with.
Exactly, and almost none of them responded. But that's why I say, like, at first when I got on OkCupid down there, I was like, all right, I'm not going to message anyone below an 80%. And then I was talking to my friend about it, and he's
You
like,
also have unreasonable expectations for online dating.
what do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I swipe right way more than you would.
That's because, I think that's just because of the area that we're in right now. Like, when I was in New York, I would swipe right to everyone because there were so many people. It was like, I'm never going to run out of likes. If I take the time to look at every single profile,
You'll never
I'm
get
going to be
anything done.
here. I'm going to be here for days.
Imagine if the train wasn't underground and you could use that time on the train to look at Tinder.
I wish I could have.
But no, you're underground, so there's no service.
Yeah. Whereas, like, here in Buffalo, I take a little bit more time because I know I'm going to run out of matches at some point. Or, like, there's not going to be any new people around me. So I want to make the experience last a little bit longer.
Kind of like sex.
Yeah, exactly. I'm usually, yeah.
So, yeah, quick witty bio, some nice looking photos.
Yep.
Here's another idea.
Don't be afraid to message anyone. and
Find a
everyone.
friend that you trust and have them explain you. So you know what to write in that bio. Because sometimes it's hard to really boil down yourself. Because here's the thing.
I have a harder time boiling down other people than I do myself.
Well, obviously, then you wouldn't be the right person to go to.
I'm just saying, I'm very self-aware, but I don't know how to describe, like, our other roommate or you in a few
Well,
words.
here's the
I don't
idea.
know.
When you go on a date, people aren't
It's a lot
going
of
to see.
pressure.
People aren't going to see your idealized version of yourself, which is arguably what you think you put on your bio.
Yeah, I guess.
So that stuff might not rub off on them. But if your friend writes, Tom is caring, Tom's a super hard worker who's into getting fit and looking healthy, Tom likes craft beer and craft women.
What's a craft woman?
I don't know.
One made out of sticks and twigs?
No one that only eats macaroni and cheese.
So she carbo loads.
Yeah.
Must be bulking season because she's a power lifter.
Sure. But yeah, when your friend can surmise that stuff for you, that stuff usually rolls off another person so much faster. But I think, Tom, it's time for that super secret surprise.
Sure, let's get to it.
Are you ready for 22 rounds?
What's 22 rounds?
Tom, we've been doing the show for how many episodes?
This is 19.
And what's the name of this show?
Never have I ever.
So for the first time ever, instead of doing news headlines, we got 22 rounds. We're not going to do fingers down because we could end this in like 10 seconds.
Okay.
We're going to go through all 22 seconds.
Fuck yeah.
Or 22 questions.
All right.
And you take a point every time this has happened to you or you've done this.
Take a point or take a drink?
Take a point. Because at the end of it, we're going to find out which one of us is, I don't know, this is called excruciating never have I ever questions.
Oh, God.
So we're going to find out which one of us is theoretically the worst person.
Oh, I'm so excited. I hope it's me. Question, do I need to get another drink before we start?
You probably should, because it says to drink every time this happens. So hit pause.
Yep.
And actually, you go fill up your drink, and I will do the stuff that we can throw it to in the meantime, like where to find us online.
Okay, cool.
So go ahead, Tom. So Tom is going to go out and get some alcoholic beverages. So for the first time, we are going to play Never Have I Ever. So for those of you who are new to the show, you can also check us out on neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com. You can send any of your questions over to our Ask box. That tends to be pretty legitimate. Also, don't worry about heading over to our Gmail account to send us anonymous questions. We will keep you safe, keep you comfortable, keep it fresh while giving you the life advice that you need. Also, check us out on Twitter at NHIEshow.com or on Facebook on Never Have I Ever Show or on our YouTube page. Tom, we've run into a slight issue.
What's that?
It's loaded at number 12 and it's not letting me get to give me a second.
Okay, no problem.
We'll just edit this part out.
I was going to start singing.
We're going to edit this part out.
Oh.
There we go. Are you ready? Starting in number 1.
Okay.
Remember, finger up for every time you've done this.
Finger up.
Because that's how we're going to tally. Whoever has the most points is going to be the worst person.
Finger up or take a drink? Or both?
Both.
Okay.
Because we got to keep a tally, and we're not going to keep a tally of drinks.
Okay.
The kids at home cannot do that.
Okay.
So number 1. Never have I ever watched porn with somebody else.
Finger up.
Finger up. Take a drink. Round number 2. Never have I ever walked in on my parents.
Cool. No finger up.
Neither have I.
Thank God.
Number 3. Never have I ever had sex in front of other people.
Finger up.
Ooh. Do I know this story?
Probably not, no. Do I know this story? Because you're drinking too.
I can tell you after the show.
I'm not going to tell you mine.
Okay. Wait. What am I at? Okay, there's only 3 questions.
You're at 2.
I'm only at 2.
God, you've already lost count. We need like a fucking whiteboard.
I'm reading off my phone here. We have a whiteboard. Number 4. Never have I ever fantasized about anybody in this room.
Yeah, no fingers going up. Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. Garrett's not here. The finger can stay down.
True.
Never have I ever taken someone's virginity.
No finger up.
Okay, we're pretty close here. Never have I ever used a sex toy on someone.
Finger up.
I was going to feel uncomfortable on that one.
I think it'd be weird if you haven't. Like, if you're 24 and you haven't used a sex toy on a girl yet.
True, but like they would have to supply sex toys. I don't keep sex toys.
I've supplied my own.
Interesting.
I mean, I bought it for her, but
I mean, we had talked about the discussion and like she purchased it, but
my thing was like I purchased it for her.
Ooh, what a gift. Here's the gift of sexual stimulation that I cannot give you.
Oh man, it was hot. Anyway.
Number 7, never have I ever pretended to regret sleeping with someone.
Wait, what? Run that back to me again?
Never have I ever pretended to regret sleeping with somebody.
So I slept with somebody.
And then you told them you regretted it, even though you totally didn't.
Oh, no, I've never done that.
Finger up.
I've never regretted anyone I've slept with. Wait, that's a lie. I have regretted someone that I slept with.
No.
But I never told them. Wait.
That doesn't count then. This is you told them you regretted them, even though you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Like to make it painful for them.
Got it.
Remember,
okay.
This is about being the worst person.
Okay.
Number 8, never have I ever had a friend turned fuck buddy.
Finger up.
Oh, whew. Number 9, never have I ever had Skype sex.
Finger up.
Finger stays down.
All right. Well, caught up to you. We're both at 5 and 5.
We're only at 9. Number 10, we're both terrible people. Oh my God, this is an ad for something.
Not a surprise.
Number 10, never have I ever given or received a foot job.
No, I've never done that.
Number 11, never have I ever had sex with somebody 10 years older than me.
No, not with 10 years older than me.
I wish.
Close.
I wish. Never have I ever slept with someone within an hour of meeting them.
Finger up.
Yep. Never have I ever masturbated at someone else's house.
Oh, man. I think finger up. I don't know whose, or I have this feeling that I've done it before.
You have a nasty feeling.
Wait. I'm going to pause this and ask you.
That counts twice. Put 2 fingers up. How long?
I'm only putting 1 finger up.
All right.
And I'm editing to when I say that. All right. So all right. So ruling is only put 1 finger up.
So we both.
So I'm at 7. You're
I'm
at 6.
because we were at 6 for within an hour.
Yep.
Number 14. Never have I ever cried during sex.
Yeah. Never done that.
Never ever have I had sex in a friend's bed.
Not a friend's bed. Did it in someone else's bed before, but not like a friend.
I'm not gonna elaborate, but yes.
Okay.
No one in this house.
I wouldn't care.
Tom, I'm gonna go into your room to have sex on your bed because mine's just not good enough. Never have I ever lied to protect a cheating friend. Like covered up cheating.
Oh. I don't think so.
Number 17. Never have I ever flashed someone.
Never flashed someone? I've done like naked laps before.
No spooky points?
I mean, no, not for spooky points.
I forgot that was a thing.
Me too. Spooky points are just made up points that you get for doing random ass shit. Like streaking. Or whatever.
And
Depends
points
on
are randomly assigned like
Yeah.
it's that game show we watched earlier.
Yeah, it's just like, how many spooky points do I get for this? 50. Cool, I'll do it. What do I get for doing it? Absolutely nothing. Okay, cool, I'll still do it.
Number 18. Never have I ever ended up naked and can't remember how I got there.
No, I've never done that. I've always remembered why I've been naked.
Number 19. Never have I ever attempted anal sex and failed.
I've never failed at it.
I didn't know this was going to be a question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Never have I ever had sex in a toilet.
Finger up. Finger up.
Never have I ever had sex with someone I thought was ugly just to have sex with something.
She wasn't ugly, but I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at 8, possibly 9.
Number 22 and final. Never have I ever been told what to do during sex.
Wait, what do you mean? Told what to do?
Like, let her be in charge.
Yeah, I've probably done that. I've probably let her dominate. Yeah, so I'm at 9.
All right, so you're at 9, I'm at 8, and for once, I'm not officially the worst person in the room.
Is it weird that when we first started playing, I was like, man, I hope I win. Also, I'm surprised I didn't put up more fingers.
Yeah, out of 22 questions, we were both under half.
Yeah, we were both less than 50%. I guess that's good. Cheers to that.
But I will say that is the first time we've played. Next time we'll play this, we'll definitely add more people in.
Yeah, I'd like to keep playing that game. That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's episode, 19? We haven't done that yet. It's the end of the year. Might as well go out with something that makes our name fresh here on the Never Have I Ever show.
Yep.
So, did you like that surprise, Tom?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Instead of the
even
news
though
headlines?
even though I did share things, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, but we never elaborated.
Yeah, that's fine.
So nobody knows the true extent of that situation.
Mm-hmm. Any situation.
Like the time you had sex in the bathroom at a house party in college.
It wasn't a house party at college. I know you were trying to get me
I threw
out.
you a goddamn life raft, and you chewed it up and decided to drown. Guess what, Jack? There's no prize for dying to save Rose. Fuck Rose. All she did was make a long, boring-ass fucking James Cameron movie.
All right. And with that...
With that, kids, don't be like us. Keep those fingers in the air.
or put those fingers down, whatever.
Well, they leave them in the air to come down.
Right.
Because they haven't put any down. Because
Right.
they're going to be
They're playing the opposite of what we just played.
Yeah, we had so many questions that we
Right.
easily could have run out of fingers.
I don't have 22 fingers.
Exactly.
What?
Could have done fingers, toes, and penis, and then one left. Anyways, we digress.
I'm so hard I can't put my penis down, though.
Huh. We'll see you guys next week on Tuesday. I'm Tim.
I'm Tom.
And this has been Never Have I Ever. Keep those fingers in the air.